like we have a participant joining.
Hey, Catherine.
Hey, good evening. How are you?
Okay, we in the right place?
Yes, we are. I think we have a couple folks on so far, and hopefully we'll get a few more. Right. Kara, do you think we should give it a couple more minutes?
Yeah, I'd say let's wait like another 2 or 3.
Perfect. It's a quiet group this evening. I probably should have played some pre-meeting music.
You mean you don't want to sing to us?
Not today. Yeah, I know this is a tough time of the year, and we're not able to provide a lot of advance notice. So I think it'll be good that we record this, and Dr. Lowe can talk through some things, and we'll make some FAQs available to parents. So
That would be perfect. I know we usually get a lot of people who view board meetings and things after the fact, so we can get it posted.
perfect. Okay. Kara, did you want us to go ahead and do some quick introductions? I know it's a small group, but it might be helpful for folks to see, you know, who's who, where, and get familiar.
Yeah, let's do it.
Great. All right, Dr. Lowe, did you want to start? Oh, you're muted, Dr. Lowe.
Yeah, no, I was looking at something else.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, good evening. I'm Mark Lowe. I'm in the Department of Pediatrics at Washington University, associated with St. Louis Children's Hospital. And thank you for allowing me to speak tonight about our school-based telehealth services pilot. The next slide, please. Catherine.
Oh, yes. Actually, Kara's going to help us with that
Oh,
tonight.
Kara's
Yes.
doing it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and so we do have Kara Mank here with us. She is with St. Louis Language Immersion School, and also the school nurse, Michele Voss.
Yes. So So we're very interested in providing school-based health systems in different ways. And it's really part of our mission, which is to improve access to health care for all children in our community. And it's also part of our overall effort to improve access through the department in conjunction with St. Louis Children's Hospital. And we'd like to partner with the St. Louis Language Immersion School to pilot a school-based telehealth program. And our goals of this pilot are to assist and support school-based healthcare workers in providing your school nurse and providing local, timely, and quality care to the students in their schools, and to minimize the time that students are absent from school. Next slide, please. So the proposed approach, or the what will happen if your student, your child, visits the school nurse with some complaint, and the school nurse would then decide whether they would like additional help or advice, and would ask for a telemedicine visit. This is going to be a direct request for a telemedicine visit with a Washington University provider. And in this case, your school nurse, Michele Voss, will initiate the process through a dedicated telephone line, so it should be fairly seamless. But before starting the telehealth visit, we will contact the child's parent or their guardian and ask if they would like to be included in the visit. We'd very much like to have the parent or guardian at that visit so that they can not only help with some of the history with their child, but also hear firsthand the recommendations of our telehealth provider. The Washington University provider will initiate the telehealth visit to include the child, hopefully their caregiver, and the school nurse. And once a disposition is reached, we will send a note from the visit to the student's primary care physician. And we also will have the capability to provide a referral to a nearby primary care provider if the student doesn't have one and the parent desires to help find one. Next slide, please, Kara. So some of the things that are going to be important. One, we need to have a consent on file. And I think these are going out or will go out. So please look at them and return them if you would like to agree to participate in this program. And in order to improve the telehealth experience, the school nurse will use a hospital-issued laptop with a camera and Zoom capabilities, which is private and HIPAA compliant. And the caregivers can join by Zoom audio and video, what works best for them. And for this pilot, we really are focusing on delivering a service and taking care of the children's. There will not be any billing during the pilot. If this program does roll out to this school or other schools, we do plan to bill insurance whenever that is available, and that's something that we would take care of on our end. That's the last slide, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So don't have a lot of people, but if somebody has any questions, I'd be happy to try and answer them. I'd like to say that we're really excited about this process and have the support of the Department of Pediatrics and Children's Hospital, and think that this will be a tremendous service to the schools in our region and perhaps outside our region. And I think the other sort of unintended consequence of this is that we're starting to develop stronger relationships with school nurses. And I will say that community pediatricians have been involved in the planning of this, and they have during that they've also started to develop some relationships and opportunities to interact with school nurses, provide educational opportunities for school nurses. So I think those connections will also benefit all of the children in our region, in that we'll have better communication and interactions between school nurses and our community pediatricians.
Absolutely. I saw Abby unmute. Did you have a question or a statement, Abby?
Yeah, so this is just if like if our kid gets sick at school and they go to the nurse's office and the nurse decides this is something they need to be seen for, we can just do a telehealth visit right now instead of having the parents take them to their primary care physician.
Yes, that is a part of the reason to do this, is that we can have input and a disposition quickly, so that the parent doesn't have to come up and pick the child up necessarily. It's possible that the recommendation will be that the child needs to be seen that day by their pediatrician, but ideally we'll be able to prevent some of that, and the children will remain in school. Now, the final determination of what happens with the school is with the child is obviously with the school nurse. We will provide our advice and help, and but we understand that the school nurse has to follow policies and has a part in that decision making as well. But the idea, one of the goals would be to help keep some students in school.
How long does the pilot program last?
Well, that's a good question. We expect that it'll probably last through the remainder of the school year. I didn't mention this, but we would like to start in January. And I expect that unless things go really well, that we'll be working to improve the process and work out things. And certainly probably most likely through the end of the school year. We've been doing some practice runs of the process, and I think that things are pretty well worked out, but we understand that there will be other issues that come up and questions that come up. And part of this project is to identify those and address them and get things to run as smoothly as possible.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Anything else? Michele, you have anything?
No.
Okay.
Great. So Kira, I know that your goal was to get the consents and the demographic forms out, I think yesterday. I'm not sure what your expectation is on when those might get returned.
Yes, so we put them out yesterday, and let me double check my email to see when that return date that we set was. 1 second.
Thank you.
No problem. And I know we've already gotten some back, which is exciting.
That is very exciting. The goal, of course, we hope that every student stays so healthy that they're not going to need the service, but it is going to be so wonderful to provide this.
Okay, so we have not yet set a return time or a due date. So we can go ahead and set that now, actually.
That would be wonderful. We'd like to see, well, as Dr. Lowe mentioned, we would really like to get the pilot started when you return back to school. Are you back on, is it January 4th?
Yeah, the teachers are back January 4th, or the kids are back January 4th. The teachers are back the 3rd.
Gotcha. Okay. Yes, we would love to be able to offer the service starting then,
Okay.
if possible.
And let everybody know it'll be due, we'll say like mid-Christmas break. That way they have
Oh,
plenty of-
fantastic. Fantastic. All right. Very exciting. We are so appreciative of St. Louis Language Immersion School for being willing to help us with this pilot and be our partner. We're very excited.
I completely agree with that. This will be a very interesting and informative project, and I really thank you for being willing to participate.
Yeah, we're excited. Thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Another way for us to offer some easier health stuff for our families. Everybody needs it.
Yes,
Absolutely.
especially when children don't have to miss school if they don't need to.
Yeah, in this year, it's been nuts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, if you send me the recording afterwards, I'll make sure it gets posted on our website and all of our social medias and emailed out to families so that they can listen and then email in some questions.
Fantastic. And I was going to say, Kara, we can continue to partner and maybe put together some FAQs and things on your site if you think that would be helpful.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. A lot of parents like to read this.
Absolutely. Great. Well, thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
Okay.
Bye all.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Happy
Bye-bye.
holidays, everybody.
Yes.